Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Ultima VII Part 2, Serpent. Alright, I'm going to put on hold for a moment buying spells because we're going to be able to do something that we'll get one of the mages to give us spells for free. So we'll hold off until that event happens. We don't really need the new spells. So let's see if we can talk to some people. Hello once again, Elmandretta. Let's see. I think we've talked to him about all of that. We have not talked to him. I'm sorry, but I do not have time for this. My studies devour mine entire day. Now, where is that book? Alright, well, can't talk to him yet. Get around. Thank you. Alright, well, I think we might be able to talk to them. And, let's see. Turn up my headset volume a little bit. I do not believe we have met. 'Tis so nice to make the acquaintance of a new young mage. I am Melino, husband of the Green Enchantress. How's she looking these days? Do you know anything about, this wine? Why, that is wine from the Ranger's Winery. Their magical wine press always leaves a distinctive flavor, quite a tingle. Tell me about the Green Enchantress. Thou dost not know the Green Enchantress? Ah, perhaps thou wouldst recognize her by the spell she is famous for. Columna's Intuition. Columna's Intuition? Columna is the Green Enchantress's name, and thou wouldst be amazed by her spell. It tells thee of anything hidden and potentially dangerous in the area. It doth not guarantee that what it finds is dangerous, but it doth warn thee. She's famous, you say? No other mage doth have a spell named after them. Of course she is famous. Why, everyone agrees how remarkably useful it is. Didn't Urstam have a spell named after him that I, borrowed from his, abode? New mage, you say? Of course thou art new here. I know all other mages in Moonshade, and I have never seen thee before. You saw me not too long ago. You just assumed I was no mage and dismissed me. And thou hast thy spellbook, so thou art not a mundane. Therefore thou art a mage. By careful reasoning, then, thou art a new mage. But I cannot recall having seen thee in Fedibiblio's training. But then I do not usually take much note of the novices. Tell me about Fedibiblio. Fedibiblio is the instructor of all novice mages. He provides a solid foundation for the principles of magic. And then he passes the students on to the adepts for more specialized training. Of course, at one time all mages were taught by the Mad Mage, but not anymore. Though the tradition of stealing something from him to prove that thou art indeed worthy of a title above novice remains. I doubt that he doth have any serpent teeth left to steal, so thou wilt have to make do with something else, I suspect. No, I already got his serpent teeth. Tell me about the serpent teeth. The Mad Mage had a peculiar collection of serpent's teeth. Nearly every adept in the city doth have one that they stole from the old man. It was a juvenile prank, I suppose, like tweaking a dragon's beard, but it hath become a tradition none the less. I would show thee one so that thou wouldst know what to take, but I am afraid that I seem to have lost mine. I cannot recall when I last saw it. Perhaps Columna would show thee her serpent tooth. I know that she possesses it. Tell me about the Mad Mage. I suppose it would be polite to refer to him by his name, Urstam. But I am an adept, and have long since outstripped anything he had to teach me. He dreams of becoming a god, and refuses to see his students as his equal. In truth, the Mad Mage is a doddering old man squatting on his island, afraid of the students that surpassed him in the long march of time that his spells have cheated. Mundane. One who doth not possess magic, that is a mundane. Without magic, man is little more than a slightly evolved animal, suited only to be a beast of burden for those whose powers are clearly superior. Oh yeah, that's not at all, condescending. Nope, definitely not. I know nothing about them, nor do I care to. What use is it to note such furtive little lives that pass so quickly and with so little note? Only from time to time hath one caught mine eye, like that striking young woman that came through here a while ago.
Oh my, a young woman?
To be fair, Columna noticed her first, but then my wife always hath had a fancy for music. And this young woman was singing some sort of ballad about her beloved husband. I found it a bit tedious, but Columna was enchanted, so to speak. However, when we spoke to her, she seemed intelligent enough for a mundane. She was asking all sorts of questions about history and such like. Her name, let me see. I believe it was Gwenno. Columna directed her to Fedibiblio.
I'm pretty sure that she can cast spells, being a bard. Or at least she used to be able to. Other mages?
While I am far too busy to sit on the council, I am well connected nonetheless. Many mages come to consult me during their research.
What sort of research?
I seem to have a talent for discovering forgotten references within the archives. Such information can prove to be the key to a new spell or new aspect of an existing spell. For instance, Tauricio hath been paying me outrageous sums to deliver a list of reagents for a certain set of spells. I will not rest until I can justify his faith in me. Luckily, Columna hath been very understanding of the time I devote to my work.
Oh, yes, I am quite sure she is quite understanding of that. Tell me about Tauricio.
Tauricio is a very talented young mage. His specialty is the creation of the automatons that serve as servants and guards for our mansions. He hath a fine eye for detail, even for such menial creatures as servants. Thou mayest see his best work at the Blue Boar, where he lets Rocco display Petra for him.
Tell me about the Blue Boar.
The Blue Boar is the only eating establishment in Moonshade. Therefore it caters to both mage and mundane, unfortunately. Thou mayest meet many other mages there, if thou art patient enough.
Tell me about Rocco.
Rocco is a mundane innkeeper of the Blue Boar. He is a bit of a surly lout. But then I do not go there for his conversation, only as food. His business hath certainly benefited from Petra's skills. Petra is one of the finest cooks in the city.
Tell me about Petra.
Petra is one of Tauricio's creations. She is very pretty for an automaton, and cooks very well. Sometimes I think that Tauricio is as much an artisan as a mage. I think that Petra's presence at the Blue Boar doth do much for Tauricio's reputation.
I don't think he actually created Petra. Tell me about this. The Council.
The Council of Mages is the ruling body of Moonshade. To be asked to take a seat on the council is a great honor, but I had to turn it down. The current members are Mortegro, Gustachio, and Filbercio, of course.
Tell me about Mortegro.
Mortegro is a local necromancer. He specializes in speaking with the dead, not raising them, which is just as well, as the council frowns on such exercises. Why raise the dead for servants when thou hast mundanes for servants, after all? And we have no need of another Vasculio, that is clear.
Tell me about Gustachio.
Gustachio's specialty lies in manipulating the weather. He spends most of his days sitting and staring at the sky. I can never tell if he is collecting data or catching a few winks.
Tell me about Filbercio.
Filbercio is the Mage Lord, which is probably the safest place to keep him. Thou mayest think that doth sound ridiculous, but 'tis one of the only ways we mages can be assured of what he is doing. As long as Filbercio thinks he doth have power, he is too busy using it to satisfy his hungers to be causing too much trouble. On the other hand, if Filbercio did not think he had power, he would devote all his being to ruining everyone else to procure power.
Tell me about Vasculio.
Do not speak his name aloud again. I am not superstitious, mind thee. But there are those that say that calling a spirit 3 times by name will summon it. Beetlejuice! 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 But I don't believe that. See, Beetlejuice did not appear. I would rather not find out, if thou dost not mind. The unnamed one was an adept who hungered for power at any cost. When he could not gain enough to suit him by normal means, he resorted to foul deeds to obtain more. Though he was put to death for his crimes, he broke free from his grave, vowing vengeance upon us all. That is why the council carefully monitors all research to this day.
Hungers?
The only polite thing I can think of to say is that Filbercio enjoys the company of women, and that he tires of his pursuits soon after he hath won them.
What trouble are you talking about?
Filbercio's true forte lies in playing all sides against each other. He is very subtle in creating the right illusion in which to trap his prey. It always looks enticing until it flares in thy face. And usually very publicly, too.
All right, let's change the subject.
Certainly.
We don't want to talk to him about the moon silk stockings. Let's talk to him about Mosh.
She said terrible things about my wife. Terrible. All lies. Lies.
Okay. Stoneheart.
I will tell thee that possession of Stoneheart is forbidden in Moonshade. I have no idea where thou didst come by it, nor do I want to know. Thou canst find other spells without resorting to those that are restricted.
Okay, tell me about restricted.
'Tis true that there are spells that require Stoneheart for a reagent, but they are very dangerous. Only a select few mages are allowed such knowledge, so that it will not be lost.
Spells?
I could sell thee several spells, mage. What coins wilt thou pay me with?
Well, we could do gold coins. I'm not going to actually, buy anything just yet. He only sells up to 8th circle, and yet he's supposedly an adept. So if you talk to him about the moon silk stockings, I believe he will no longer talk to us, so let's not do that yet. Not until we have all the spells. Well, you are certainly not looking that fabulous these days.
I do not believe that we've met. It is so nice to make the acquaintance of a new young mage. I am Columna, the Green Enchantress.
You're not looking so green anymore. Mosh?
So thou hast been spending thy time with beggars and thieves? This does not speak well of thy character, Elmendreda. No doubt she hath defamed me. What tales she tells! Of course, she is merely jealous of my position in society and of my powers. Let me say this plainly. Mosh lies. She hath ruined herself with cruel indulgences, and now she is half mad. Why, she sleeps with her rats. I ask thee, is this the action of a respectable mage?
Green Enchantress, you said?
My name is Columna, sorceress, wife of Melino, and I am also the most desired beauty of Moonshade.
Well, not anymore, lady.
Is that not a funny joke? Me, a decrepit hag? The most desired beauty in all Moonshade, once in my time.
Yeah, beauty.
Without my precious comb, all of my beauty hath long faded.
Sorceress.
Perhaps I could interest thee in a spell. Many strange travelers have come from across the Serpent Isle to learn spells from me. But that, of course, was before the teleport storms.
Tell me about the teleport storms.
Since these vile teleport storms began, all sea travel is virtually stopped. Even long-range travel over land is considered to be extremely dangerous.
I've done it lots of times. It's not that dangerous. Strange travelers, you say?
Many weeks ago, a woman named Gwenno passed through Moonshade, and more recently a sage named Batlin.
Well, let's talk about your husband first.
But Avatar, my wife...
Shut up, Iolo. I'm talking about her husband.
I shall have thee know that mine husband is most influential with the Council of Mages, and is perfectly capable of satisfying my needs in nearly all other ways.
Oh, my. Influential, you say?
He is a close and trusted advisor to Filbercio, the Mage Lord of Moonshade, and senior member of the Council.
Satisfying your needs, you say?
Oh, worry thyself not. I am not one to allow my needs to go unsatisfied.
Indeed. Gwenno?
The one and only time I saw her she was singing a love song about her husband Iolo.
Hey, that's me!
Shut up, Iolo. I'm busy talking to, this lady here.
But she made quite an impression on some people while she was here. If thou dost wish to know more of her, then ask around.
I think I might have done so already, but, okay. Batlin?
He came through town with a strange daemon creature as his companion and servant, and he had some sort of artifact in his possession.
Daemon, you say?
'Twas male, and had a bright red skin. But there were no horns on his head, I swear. I believe its name was Palos.
Artifact?
I personally did not see it, but I know that Gustachio did.
Okay, buy spells. Let's see. She goes up to 7th circle. I suppose it could be that she just doesn't offer to sell them. Stockings?
Those stockings thou dost have in thy possession are rightfully my property. They can be used by people to humiliate me and destroy my marriage. As one woman to another, I appeal to thee for understanding. If thou dost return them to me, I will give thee a spell from my personal spellbook. Wilt thou please return them to me?
Nope.
Please, I beg of thee to reconsider.
Bye-bye. Maybe later. Alrighty. Let's see if there's anyone else that we can talk to. Not sure whose house this is. Suppose we could talk to the automaton here. Ho, automaton!
I am the servant and protector of Stefano. If thou dost not belong here, milady, I must ask thee to please depart.
Oh, Stefano. Well, I guess we're not going to be talking to your owner anytime soon.
I cannot help thee with matters of importance. My duty is only to protect the master and my master's possessions.
Servant?
As I have said, I serve and protect my master's household.
Alrighty, goodbye. Let's see. Your door is locked, lady. Open your door. Open your door. Damn it! Why do you also have a naked lady picture on your wall? Damn it. Alright, well, I guess we're not going to be talking to her. Let's see. I don't think we have anything new to talk to him about. Ducio's whereabouts.
The master doth dine at the inn at this hour. Thou canst find him there. Canst thou imagine? He doth leave his apprentice here with nothing but a loaf of dry bread, while he doth gorge himself on Petra's baked fish.
Petra, you say?
Petra is an automaton. She is Tauricio's masterwork. She looks exactly like a real woman, but of metal. She's quite remarkable. Petra looks after Rocco and cooks for the inn. In fact, she serves the finest baked fish around. Thou shouldst try it sometime.
Okie dokie. Inn?
The Blue Boar Inn. 'Tis in the northern part of the city, just west of the palace. Many of the mages eat there as well. Thou canst bargain Rocco down on his prices if thou dost try hard enough.
What about Rocco?
Rocco is the innkeeper at the Blue Boar. He's a gruff man whose sole pleasure in life seems to be haggling. Well, besides Petra, that is.
Okie dokie. I do think we need some of that fish, though. Well, now you're telling me to stand. You're telling me to stand away. Tamut Columna.
So thou hast spoken to that hag. Tell me now, dost thou believe me or she?
I believe you.
Thou dost truly believe me now. Ah, I see that thou dost. Thou art truly one I can say is my friend. I smell something. Oh, thou hast some fish. Oh, I do so love a good fish.
Oh, all right. Give fish.
I thank ye, milady. Thou art indeed a kind one. I knew the moment I saw ye I could call ye friend. And know that my little ones call ye friend as well, as do their larger cousins.
Larger cousins?
Aye, my friend, beneath the very ground upon which thou dost walk rest many twisting tunnels. They are known as the Catacombs, and the lovelies who call them home are the Ratmen.
Ratmen?
But how will they recognize ye as my friend? I know, I will give ye mine harp. Shouldst thou ever find thyself in the complex below, strum it for them. The sweet tunes from mine instrument will pacify them, for in younger days I did play it for them as they laid themselves down to sleep. Here, please take this for thy kindness.
All right. I'm pretty sure we've done all the other stuff. I guess we don't need to buy any fish, though. Okay, I don't think there's anything that we need to talk to him about. Let's see. Leave island.
Well, I didn't want to mention it before, but there are caves in the southern mountains. Legend says that they lead to the mainland if thou canst find the right path. But none who ventured there have ever returned.
Not sure exactly. I don't think I'm doing the voice I did for him before.
I wager that Julia doth have possession of a key that would let thee down in there. But I would think twice if I were thee before I made such a journey.
Okie dokie. Nope. I'm good there. Let's see. Do you have anything to say? I think we've talked to him about those. Are you trying to talk to me, parrot? Apparently not. Is someone else trying to talk to me? I don't know. Maybe not. Alright, let's go find Julia, see if we can get into the catacombs. Wait, who are you? Oh. I don't think we need to talk to him anymore.
We meet again. Catacombs. So thou hast learned of the catacombs, hast thou? I hope thou hast not ventured to those ruins south of town. They are dangerous. I do not care what thou art after, but I'll tell thee that thou wilt throw thy life away down there. The depths belong to the ratmen, not to mention the burning heat. That is why the gate must always be locked.
Burning heat, you say?
Only once did I ever venture into the catacombs with 20 strong rangers at my back, and before we had gone far, half of our party had fallen to the heat alone. It felt like we were walking into a smith's forge. We had to turn back, and no one hath gone in there since. I might be tempted to loan thee the key at a price, but not until thou hast found a way to protect thyself from the fervid temperatures. Giving thou the key would mean certain death should thou be foolhardy enough to venture there. A sword may protect thee from the ratmen, but only magic can save thee from the fearsome heat. Return to me for the key when thou hast found the means to survive the heat.
Tell me about the ratmen.
There are too many ratmen to eliminate, so it is my duty to see that the gate remains closed. All that I and the other rangers can do to keep them pacified is to toss scraps of food through the gate. Of course, my job is to keep any of those creatures from getting into the city, but I might be able to forget that I saw anyone going down there if the price was good enough. But I doubt that even thou would survive the heat down there. Though the ratmen thrive on it, the temperatures down there would most certainly boil thee in thine own flesh.
Okie dokie, goodbye. Alright, so we need to find a way to survive the heat down in the catacombs. There was a wizard who specialized in cold magic around here.
'Tis thee again. Hast thou good news?
Not really. Nope. Must be going. Of course, now it's getting dark. Alright, well, maybe now her door is unlocked or something. Alright, let's just feed everyone. That's locked, that's locked. Maybe I need to wait until she comes out of here? Can't talk to the goblin lady, unfortunately. Oops. What is it? No, it's W, 8:34 p.m. There we go. Hey guys, let's sit down. When do we eat? Nope. I thought she'd come out of her room at some point. I don't know what exactly her schedule is like. We can try to get her to come here, but that's about it. Let's see. Maybe if we talk to Fedibiblio, he will mention something that will trigger. Maybe I need to talk to other people. But Fedibiblio seems to be a likely person. Let's see. Pretty sure we've talked about all of that stuff. Moonshade. Adepts. What about lesser mages? Alright. Doesn't want to talk to me about any of those. No, it's not here. I know that we need to talk to, Frigidazi here. I am just not sure how to go about doing that. I know we do not have the key. Can we pick it? Nope. Nope. And I don't remember seeing her before. I don't think she was around before. So I might just need to call it an episode and wait until she actually comes out of there. So I think that's what I'll do. In the next episode, hopefully she will have left her her room here, and we can talk to her. See you then, everyone.